Welcome to another edition of Dallas Cowboys Training Camp Two-a-days here on CBS Texas.com. Bill Jones, I'm alongside Mickey Spagnola as he watches practice. There is practice in the background there. How about this? We can actually get Mickey's observations. He's such a veteran of Dallas Cowboys training camps. He's been covering this team since 1985 when the team was down the road 23 miles away in Thousand Oaks. So, Mickey, what are you seeing out here on the second day of practice?
Well, what's going on now, since they're kind of regulated on what they can do, they're in helmets, jersey, shorts, but they are wearing their guardian caps on their helmets. The offensive linemen, defensive linemen, linebackers, running backs, tight ends. So that's what you see out there with those, blue, whatever you want to look like, pillows up there.
Blue pillows on top of their helmets is what it looks like out there. And this is, of course, a ramp-up period that all teams are mandated to go through the first 4 days of camp, and then they get a mandatory fifth day off, which will be Sunday for the Cowboys. That's because of the collective bargaining agreement. And so the first time the Cowboys will be in pads will be on Monday, but they're going through special teams stuff right now. And let me ask you about punt returner on this team, because it's Cavante Turpin, of course, was picked up last year from USFL out of TCU, and Deuce Vaughn seems like a guy who may be able to contribute as a punt returner.
Yeah, and these practices, by the way, Bill, are basically very similar, if not exactly the same as what they do in OTAs and minicamps. So yeah, as you said, what we're seeing right now is special team drills, kind of a mixture of special teams drills. They've got the defensive linemen way down the way. The offensive linemen aren't really on much special teams. And then the quarterbacks are working out. But to answer your question, Cavante Turpin, who missed the opening day of practice to be there for a birth of his child, I think he was supposed to return today. I haven't seen him yet. And then Deuce Vaughn, obviously, in the mini camps, they were working both of those guys on returns, kickoff returns for sure. And then we'll see what happens when they get around to doing punt returns. What they're doing now is basically punt coverage, kind of simulating it, not punting, but throwing passes and showing guys how to go downfield and cover. But as Mike McCarthy was talking about today, between Cavante Turpin, Deuce Vaughn, and Brandon Cooks, they got a lot of speed on this team that they didn't have a year ago. And not only does that help on offense, obviously, but on special teams, two of those guys, because obviously Cooks is not going to be on special teams, the veteran he is, gives them a dimension that they can take advantage of.
We're in the high dollar seats right here. This is the new observation deck that's above us right there. You can kind of see above us, and then down the line here, it's like, and if you were a drinking man, Mickey, you could put your beer right here on the deck.
Well, Bill, what it reminds me of?
There it is, goes down that way too.
AT&T Stadium in the standing room only seats.
That's right.
Open the doors and everybody runs to get on the front row, so they could have one of these bars there to rest on during the game.
It's like those, are they $25 seats, $50? They got to be more than
that. At the game, I think they've gone up to at least 40, maybe 60. Yeah.
I do know this much. This is a prime area. Not everybody can get into this area, because I'll show you over my shoulder here, back the other way, the far entrance down there. I tried, even with my media pass, to be able to get in there, and they won't even let us in the media.
They won't let you cross
over that side of the field.
I thought you were supposed to, as long as you didn't stop.
And as long as we've been covering this
yes.
team.
I crossed over yesterday. No one said anything when I wanted to get on the other side of the field when they were doing 7-on-7. So we'll see what happens.
But you're Mickey
today.
Spagnola.
Those guards don't know who I am.
You don't even need that pass.
Yeah.
All you got to do is show your mug.
I wish you were right.
You want to get here. All right. How about the injuries at the safety position?
Yeah.
Of course, Donovan Wilson goes down yesterday, and reportedly it's 4 to 6 weeks with a strained right calf muscle, and Israel Mukwamu as well. He came out, felt some tightness in his hamstring, and Mike McCarthy at his press conference today said it looks like a multiple week injury for both of them.
For both guys, so which means probably 2 weeks and maybe as long. We'll see what if. I can't imagine they'll be ready for the start of the preseason, and so maybe after that. And again, the Cowboys' philosophy on early injuries in training camp is we're not winning a Super Bowl on July 27th, so they got to be very cautious with injuries now that they don't aggravate them even worse by getting guys back too soon. And as you also heard in the press conference with guys like Terrence Steele and Tony Pollard, who did participate in these non-contact drills the first day of training camp, that they were going to hold those guys out of 11 on 11 today. Don't want to do too much. Don't want to push it because they're both coming back from serious surgeries at the end of the season.
And the other thing about that is they're competitors, and so you don't want to put them in a position where they go that extra mile that they're accustomed to doing when they're in a competitive environment.
And if you've ever competed in anything and you were trying,
it's been a long time ago since I ever competed in anything.
Speed.
As my family can attest, we had a family in from out of town over the weekend, and as my family can attest, I am not a competitor on the pickleball court.
Oh no!
Because I've got Mickey. I've got
too passive?
I've got torn meniscus in the left knee. I got a torn labrum in my right hip, and if the ball comes to me, I can hit it. But
you ain't going after it.
So myself and my pregnant middle daughter, Jessica, we were on the same team. So neither one of us were moving. They put me on the pregnant girls team. What we got here? We got
I guess that's to
just
say we're
something
in the media.
See, we're in the catbird seat
so we
here,
can get around without anybody stopping us.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, but it says at the bottom they're good for
wow. How about that?
What does it say?
Yeah.
Beverage? Is that what
good
it says?
for one residence in concession, the food or drink item. See, that is what you get when you're a member of the media. You get
and those
perks
concessions
like that.
Are way over there.
Okay, can I have yours?
No.
Oh, okay. So way over there, Mickey points way over there. There's the suite area, and that's where the real special people stay. And they've got, of course, tents back there. Back beyond those suites is the media tent back there, and I might add the unair-conditioned media tent.
Oh no!
You know, it's warmer.
Got fans though.
We have 2 fans, and
okay.
One of them is not on me. I know people back in Dallas
they don't want to hear
us talking about how warm it is here, but it does seem a little warmer than normal here.
I decided for this till I'm here and get acclimated, I put my hat on because I don't have as much hair as I used to at top. So I wanted to make sure I didn't burn myself. Now we should point out though the seats, the bleachers all the way across the second
before
field.
You do that, look who's walking by. We got Brandon Cooks, we got C.D. Lamb, we got and Michael Gallup. There's the triumvirate.
To me, they're the new triplets.
Yep, there you go. All right,
I was going to say the bleachers on the other side at the other field, if you can show them that. Now it's free to sit there.
Yes.
So, but if you want to stand along the fence, you have to pay.
It's free over there.
Admission.
Only the big high dollar people can be on this side over here.
That's right.
All right, so there was the trio there. What about Brandon Cooks? And how does he improve things for C.D. Lamb and Michael Gallup?
Well, if you think back to last year, and it was C.D. Lamb, Noah Brown, and a Michael Gallup trying to return about a month into the season from his torn ACL surgery. They were wide receiver short last year, and they had no second receiver.
They never really replaced Amari Cooper.
Right, no second receiver as with the ability of a Brandon Cooks. So now they got 2 starting receivers and that have been to the Pro Bowl, and Michael Gallup looks like he's back to the same Michael Gallup before he tore his ACL the end of the 2021 season. So this wide receiver core is, I think they've repaired it. And I'll tell you what, the one thing it gives Dak Prescott not only more speed to deal with and guys that can play multiple positions, meaning inside or outside, uh, but also guys that know how to run routes, that catch the ball, and it'll greatly reduce those interceptions that were tip balls for interceptions off of his wide receivers' hands, drop balls, or wide receivers running very poor routes that he wasn't anticipating. So somebody asked me in a Twitter question, will Dak's interceptions greatly reduce the way Zeke did with the fumbles from that one year to the next? And I'm saying absolutely. And it'll have nothing to do with the play calling or the offense that they install now with Mike McCarthy running. It'll have to do with the quality of wide receivers they're going to have on the field.
All right, that's 38 years of Cowboys coverage experience for Mickey Spagnola, the bird's eye view from the catbird seat here in the expensive suite area, the observation deck here at Cowboys training camp. And we'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock with much more on our two-a-day coverage. See, Mickey, we do two-a-days. These players, they may not be able to do two-a-days, but we can get through two-a-days here in Oxnard. So 2 o'clock is our next edition tomorrow afternoon, on Friday afternoon. And hey, we got some tunes now as they take a water break here. Mickey's favorite music is now being played here.
And
you recognize that?
Yeah. Ask me who's
it's not on Mickey's playlist. All right, we'll see you again tomorrow here on CBS Texas.com.